What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilkin. We need to talk about the incoming Hero Festa banner. Now, first of all, the main thing you need to know about this banner, number one, thankfully, this is it. This is the one and only banner at the moment. At the moment, I will emphasize. Odds are pretty good for you to get a third Argonaut banner. Wouldn't be surprised if that happened at all. And the good news is, because of this only being the one banner, even though it's a Hero Festa banner, you only need 6,400 Iris to go all the way in. Now, it does specify here, if you overdraw, you can get a 3-star unit guaranteed on the 21st pull and onward for only 400 Iris. But Hero Festa units can be pulled. 4 stars and Hero Festas, I should say, can be pulled from this point on. So, if you are low on a Hero Festa or two, it's not a bad opportunity to try to go in, especially, we've got these units up for grabs. I don't generally recommend overdrawing, but I would say this is the one time. If you're going to overdraw, it's a good time to overdraw. It really, really is. Now, we need to talk about these units. I kind of glossed over them yesterday, but these units are really unique. So we're going to start with Eyes. All right. Unfortunately, I don't have her numbers. Wasn't able to obtain them from the live stream. So we're just going to talk about what she does. I would imagine you could pretty much surmise what her numbers would be, and they should be pretty ridiculous. I mean, probably record-breaking, if not record-breaking endurance, really some of the best endurance in the game. She will have a barrier. All Hero Festas a barrier. Just a fantastic unit all the way around. Probably close to 4,800, if not full on 5,000 or more HP, I'm guessing. Top-notch magic stats. Like you can guess she's going to be off the charts. Now, skill 1 is a 120 MP cost, foes plural, slow, super light magic attack with ultra on counter rate, temporary magic boost and removes strength, magic resistance buffs, and self magic agility and light attack damage plus 80% for 6 whole turns. I think that's the most we've ever seen on a buff like that. Self, 40% max HP barrier, and then you have 3 additional actions, foes plural, high light magic attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage 20% per self magic, agility, light attack damage buff. So that's really a 120% attack there. Ridiculous. Absolutely insane. All allies, 30% of max HP heal, and allies SA gauge charge, 33% for 3 turns. So, Eyes is, like, really, truly an endgame unit. She is the best of the best when it comes to whatever she does. She is so good, and she makes your team so good. Really got to max these units out, guys. Skill 2 is a 63 MP cost, foes plural, fast, magic, agility, and light resist down 40%. So all 3 of those stats down 40%. And allies, magic, agility, and light attack damage plus 40% for 3 turns. And allies remove AoE and single target damage taken debuffs, while foes, AoE and single target damage taken plus 30% for 3 turns. So she removes them and then dishes them right back. I say and then, but pretty much in the same turn. So when she swipes at the opponent, that's what happens. It's nuts. Skill 3 is a 61 MP cost. Foe singular, slow, super light magic attack with ultra penetration rate. Skill damage 50% per self, magic, agility, and light attack damage buff. So bear in mind that's 50, 100, 150. But if you have all those on the assist side, that is a 300% attack. I'll say that again for the people in the back. Magic. Assuming you have magic on the assist side, that's all now 100%. Agility. Assuming you have agility on the assist side, that's now 200%. Light attack damage. Assuming you have light attack damage on the assist side, that is now a 300% attack. And on a superclass attack, no less, and allies, 20% MP heal. So really, like, what we're looking at with her is she's the unit we really needed in yesterday's run. So if you get her, she's going to make that 6-ring siege so much. She'll basically be your DPS for that event, is essentially what I'm saying. It's allies, 20% MP heal and cure status ailments. Her essay is a foe singular, strangely. So she does all these AoE skills, but her essay is a foe singular. She's literally made for the siege. Ultralight magic attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage 40% per self, magic, agility, and light attack damage buff. So it's a little bit less than her single target, strangely enough, but it still is an insane hit. And self, 80% MP heal, so she can basically do it all over again. And 4 additional actions, foe singular, highlight magic attack. Now, what happened to see here? Her skill 1, is that foe singular? Her skill 1 is foes plural. Weird. That's strange. Her essay is foe singular. Now, let me explain kind of why this is the case, all right? So, there's very, very few situations in which you would probably use an essay during Wargame. Like, Familia Wargame probably, but during regular Wargame, it's exceptionally rare. And if you use this essay on, like, Six Ring Siege, or any kind of, EX mission, or, anything of that nature, even you could use it on Record Buster at this point, a singular attack has a higher percentage boost than an AoE attack. So if this were an AoE attack, if this were a foes plural, it would, I forget the exact numbers, but essentially it would hit for 20% less just because it's hitting all the opponents. So in essence, what they've done is they've given her the best of both worlds. Let that sink in for a minute, okay? So foe singular, highlight magic attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage 30% per self, magic, agility, and light attack damage buff. Multiply that by 2. You're talking a, 180... Yeah, 180% attack after she does all of her other stuff. So if you do that, essentially that hit after her skill 3 single target, she's going to be annihilating your opponent. Absolutely destroying your opponent. Completely insane. And allies 30% HP max barrier, and allies SAH charge gain 66%. And magic, agility, and light attack damage 100%. So let that sink in for a moment. Magic, agility, and light attack damage 100%. You don't need anybody else to buff your team but her. Now, if you do have physical units on the team, you still can have a strength buffer, but it's not expressly mandatory now. You can pretty much chill with whatever buff they get. But, having a 100% buffer wouldn't be a bad thing if you have strength on the team. And she'll buff the magic units to the moon. Eyes is insane, guys. Eyes is so completely nuts. Let's talk about her passives. So 45% dark resist, encounters and regular attacks are light magic attack damage. 40% magic endurance and dex, 25% physical and magic resistance, 25% damage on critical and penetration rate. She's a dragon killer. Now, she will also get an extra 10% physical and magic resist when wielding a one-handed sword. So, I mean, you would equip that anyway, but just make that, bear that in mind. That extra 10% physical and magic resistance can mean the world. Eyes is nuts, guys. Eyes is completely unbelievably broken and frankly bonkers. And now we got to go talk about Lefiya. Now, Lefiya's skill 1 is a 127 MP cost, foes plural, slow thunder magic attack with ultra encounter rate, temporary magic boost, just a regular temporary magic boost, and removes agility, guard rate, and magic resistance buffs. Foes plural, AoE damage taken plus 40% for 5 turns, and self magic plus 100% for 5 turns. 4 additional actions, foes plural, high thunder magic attack with ultra on guard rate, skill damage 50%, per self thunder attack damage buff, and foes extend status debuffs by 3 turns. Skill 2. None of that, all that should make sense, but these are like paragraphs, so please do follow along. Skill 2 is a 231 MP cost, foes plural, fast, high thunder magic attack with ultra and guard rate, temporary magic boost, and foes plural, strength magic dex, and thunder resist down 40% for 1 turn. Allies thunder attack damage, critical rate plus 60% for 1 turn, and allies remove magic debuffs. Foes, plural, remove AoE damage taken reduction buffs, and allies, if HP is above 10%, she gives them a single time KO save. Whew, these units are insane, guys. Skill 3. 47 MP cost, foe singular, super thunder magic attack with ultra and guard rate. Skill damage 100% per self magic buff skill. It's only really a 200% hit, but really, what more does she need? SA is a foe's plural, ultra thunder magic attack with ultra penetration rate. Skill damage 120% per self magic buff and removes status buffs and inflicts stun. That's all she does. That's all she needs to do. Crazy. Lefiya nuts. If I had to argue, though, I do think Eyes is a better unit all the way around and has a better team, but, you know, like, you're splitting hairs at this point. 45% water resistance counters and regular attacks or thunder magic attack, 40% magic agility and dex, 30% damage on critical and penetration, 35% ailment resistance, which is interesting, dragon killer, and 45% damage reduction on guard rate with 10% HP and MP healed per turn. Remember, those extra actions after the killer skill, you're going to get both of those for both Eyes, Lefiya, and for Belle. You're going to get those after you max limit break the unit. So if you want that extra skill, you have to max limit break these units. Speaking of Belle. So a skill 1 is a 139 MP cost, self, fast magic, guard rate, counter rate, fire resist, earth resist, and light resistance plus 80% for 5 turns. Salat. Allies, magic and guard rate and counter rate and AoE and single target, plus 40% AoE and single target damage taken, down 40% for 5 turns, and self, 40% of max HP barrier with 4 additional actions, foes plural, high water magic attack with 30% HP steal, nice, and foes plural, strength, magic, agility, and water resist down 40% for 3 turns, and allies, strength, magic, agility, and water attack damage 40% for 3 whole turns. Nice. Skill 2 is a 91 MP cost, foes plural, super water magic attack, ultra and counter rate, temporary magic boost, and physical and magic resist down 40% with AoE and single target damage taken plus 30% for 2 turns. Remove strength, magic, agility, endurance, and dex buffs. And then we get on to skill 3, which is a 42 MP cost, foe singular, high water magic attack with ultra penetration rate, skill damage 60% per self, guard rate, and counter rate buff. Now, this is the one downside to Belle, is that you have to buff guard rate and counter rate on the assist side for him to get his max buff. Once you do, though, he's going to hit like an absolute truck. Probably a truck falling out of the sky onto a bullseye with, I don't know, buttered toast and a cat feet side down, duct taped to the bottom of it, because why the hell not? Kind of expect these units to hit kind of crazy, do you think? SA is a foes plural ultra water magic attack with ultra critical rate, skill damage 40% per self, magic guard rate, and counter rate buff, and allies magic plus 120% for 3 turns. Physical resist, magic resist, AoE, and single target damage damage taken debuff. So, allies magic with 20% and removes physical resistance, magic resistance, AoE, and single target damage additional debuffs. So, nutty. Let's see, 45% fire resistance, counters and regular attacks or water magic attack, 35% to all stats. When countering, self shortens strength and magic debuffs by 3 turns, and he's a dragon killer. The extra things he gets on max limit break are 25% damage on critical and penetration, and 25% physical and magic resistance. So, if y'all had any questions as to whether or not these banners, shut up, these banners are worth. Just get it. If you had to question that, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably already still questioning it. I'm telling you right now, don't. This banner is completely insane. Go out there tonight, guys. Summon on this banner. It's going to be nutty. You're going to need at least 6,400 Iris, but even I have that. For as little as I had the other day, 6,400 Iris is a breeze and a cakewalk. You should have it. I have it. We get more Iris tonight, and we get an extra bit of Iris when we finish the story tonight. So if you don't have Iris at that point, you will after that. Like, comment, share. We'll be back with more Danmachi for you guys. Coming up soon and tonight at 9 p.m., the live stream where we will be covering the end of the Part 2 stuff, the beginning of the Part 3 stuff, and we'll be summoning live this evening. I'll see you guys there.